Welcome back. Today we are making healthy ice cream. Sounds like a bit of an oxymoron, right? Healthy and ice cream? But stick around and you'll be surprised just how healthy ice cream can be. I'm Dr. Joanette, your longevity expert and the creator of the Longevity Switch. We are making peanut butter chocolate ice cream. This recipe today will help you activate your longevity switch for a healthier health span and lifespan. You are going to learn what ingredients will boost up the protein in this recipe, what ingredients are really outstanding for your brain and your body, and what I use in place of sugar in this recipe to make it healthier. So let's get cooking. To get started, we need to hydrate up our peanut butter powder. Instead of peanut butter, I'm using peanut butter powder because I want to add MCT oil to this recipe. MCT oil is a medium chain triglyceride, which has amazing properties for longevity. It is an important stimulator of autophagy. Autophagy is our body's ability to basically clear out dead, dying cells and also debris within cells. An important process in keeping us healthy. As we age, our ability to do that generally decreases, and an MCT, medium chain triglyceride, helps in that process. It also stimulates mitochondrial neogenesis. Our mitochondria are our cells' powerhouses. As we age, in fact, starting about the age 30, we begin to lose our mitochondria or our cells' powerhouses. By the time we're 60 years old, we've lost over 50% of our mitochondria. And MCT oil is one of those substances that helps our body actually give birth to new mitochondria, giving us more energy. Studies have been done that showed that taking MCT oil over the age of 65 improves cognitive function. And in people who have been diagnosed with cognitive decline, it also helps improve their cognitive decline as well as their dementia. And the last thing that MCT oil does for us, it is an alternate fuel source for our brain. It can be converted to ketones, which gives us metabolic flexibility and gives our brain an alternate fuel source. Again, this is important for helping improve cognitive decline as well as Alzheimer's, dementia. Our peanut butter powder is all hydrated up and it looks just like a nice big delicious spoon of peanut butter. I love peanut butter chocolate combination. So this recipe is a favorite of mine. And once I figured out how to make it sugar-free and high protein, I love making this recipe in the summertime or anytime actually. I have here 3/4 of a cup of powdered allulose. That is my sweetener alternative. And to that, I am adding 1/4 of a teaspoon of xanthan gum and some salt. The xanthan gum is your thickening agent, but in ice cream it's important because it helps your ice cream keep from crystallizing when it's frozen, and it helps keep it softer, a little more scoopable. If you don't want to add the xanthan gum, you could actually add a couple of tablespoons of vodka, and that will also help decrease the freezing point and also decrease the formation of ice crystals. I don't like the taste of vodka, so I go with the xanthan gum. Now we are ready to blend all of our ingredients together. I'm going to get the blender here. I'm going to add everything to the blender except the chocolate chips. Those are going to get added after it's frozen for a little bit. We're going to start by adding our protein, which is a cup of cottage cheese. This cup of cottage cheese is going to add 10 grams of protein to every serving of ice cream. Also, 1 3/4 cup of heavy cream. What I've done in this recipe is I've replaced some of the heavy cream with cottage cheese to make it higher in protein. And I've replaced sugar with allulose. Allulose is actually a rare sugar. that cannot be utilized by our body. It's rapidly absorbed, but doesn't affect our blood sugar and is excreted unchanged in the urine. To that, I'm also adding some vanilla bean paste. When I make ice cream, I love to use vanilla bean paste instead of vanilla. Gives that kind of chunks of vanilla beans in your ice cream, which makes it yummy. And lastly, our peanut butter powder is going right in there as well. Scrape it off. Well, it seems to be coming off pretty good. There we go. Don't want to lose any of that peanut butter. And we are ready to blend it all up. You want to blend it real good until it's nice and smooth. I kind of start on low because there's a lot of liquid in. It is nice and thick and looks just like melted peanut butter ice cream, but there's no chocolate chips aren't in it yet. So what I like to do next is chill it for a couple of hours to let all of the flavors kind of marinate and blend into the ice cream. You can do it as long as overnight if you want, but a couple hours is usually adequate for chilling it. And it's going right into the refrigerator. Our ice cream has been chilling, our peanut butter ice cream. It's not peanut butter chocolate yet till we add those chocolate chips, but it has been chilling now for several hours in the fridge. I'm ready to put it into a loaf pan. If you have an ice cream maker, you can pour it into your ice cream maker and freeze it. But this, as far as I'm concerned, works just as well, and it's easier. You can see when I pour in how nice and thick it is. And we want to get all of the ice cream out of the blender. Farmer Fred says I make too many dishes as it is when I do these recipes. He's like, you just filled up the dishwasher and now you're filling up it again. Actually, I think he might be right today. I did a couple of recipes and I think we filled it up maybe 3 times. Thank God for dishwashers, huh? Also, thank goodness for Farmer Fred because he's really great at emptying the dishwasher, filling the dishwasher, putting the dishes away, basically being my cleanup chef, in addition to all the other things he does. We got pretty much all of that out, and now it's time to get it into the freezer. It's gonna go into the freezer for a half hour. At the end of that half hour, we'll bring it back out and I'll stir in the chocolate chips. So the ice cream has been freezing now about a half an hour, and you can see they're starting to get some frozen areas around the edge. What you want to do is kind of just scrape those frozen areas that are frozen off of the edge and just stir it all up so it's kind of all the same consistency. Then we're also going to stir in those chocolate chips. Now it's peanut butter chocolate ice cream. And I usually save a few to sprinkle on the top. Just kind of stir those in for another half hour. At the end of the next half hour, stir it again and continue doing that. It takes probably about 2, maybe 3 hours until it's all frozen. And then it's ready to scoop out and enjoy. So the ice cream's been freezing about 2 hours, and every about 30 minutes I stirred it to make sure it froze all the way evenly, and I'm ready to give it a try. Can't wait. It's kind of a soft serve consistency. Couple of scoops here. It looks amazing. Put a couple of chips on it. By the way, you want to use dark chocolate chips with at least 65, preferably 85% cocoa. It has less added sugar. Once you hit about 85% cocoa, there's almost no added sugar. This 1 scoop of ice cream, actually I think probably 2 scoops of ice cream, 1.5 scoops. This recipe makes 6 servings, and each serving has 10 grams of protein and only 3 grams of carbohydrates, making it a low-carb, keto-friendly recipe. Let's give it a try. It is super creamy, super delicious, and perfect for healthy longevity. If you go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com, you will be able to find the full recipe. We've also placed it in the links down below. Leave a comment for me. I read all the comments and love responding to them. Also, Thank you for clicking the like button, for subscribing, giving it a thumbs up. Share the recipe with somebody that you know that would like to have some delicious, creamy ice cream that isn't going to kick them out of ketosis. This is the perfect recipe. We'll see you next time on the Dr. Joanette channel.